Jiena Marlene Scicluna nagħtikom merħba għal programm Maltese DownUnder, magażin bi produzzjoni kollha kemm mill-belt ta' Melbourne. Fil-programm tal-lum ser immorru fir-reġjun tal-Gippsland fil-Victoria għal Festival Malti li jittella għall-ewwel darba fil-Trobe Valley. Ser naslu wkoll wasla sal-klabb tal-futbol tal-Green Gully u ser nitkellmu mal-President Charles Farrugia dwar l-istorja tal-klabb li jinsab fil-punent tal-belt ta' Melbourne. U mill-lum ta' kull 15 ser nibdew nwaslulkom taqsima tat-tisjir max-xef Malti Anton Camilleri. Nadwa l-ewwel taqsima tagħna fejn ser nitkellmu ma' Frank Tabone, il-moħħ u l-persuna inkarigata mill-ewwel Festival Malti li sar fir-reġjun tal-Gippsland. Għall-ewwel darba saret attività fir-reġjun tal-Gippsland għal komunità Maltija infatti fil-Trobe Valley. Il-moħħ wara din l-attività kien Frank Tabone, u infatti llum għandi l-pjaċir nilqa' miegħi lil Frank Tabone. Frank, thanks so much for being here with us today. Take us back to the origins of this festival. How did it come about?
Basically, I just woke up one morning and had an idea of how we used to be years ago, how Maltese families, tradition, culture, and it appears that it's dropped off a lot, especially with the younger generation. So an idea come to mind to let's gather people together, let's remember, let's talk about, let's experience, and and sort of go from there. And it's just grown and grown since that. Yeah.
The thing is, the Trobe Valley and the Gippsland region is quite a hike from Melbourne, isn't it? So you sort of cut off from the bigger Maltese community in these areas.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's about an hour and a half to 2 hours from Morwell to Melbourne. We sort of have a population of generations of about 3,000 people with Maltese heritage. In the areas of Maui, Morwell, Traralgon, which is classed as the Trobe Valley. Yeah.
It's quite an active community though, isn't it?
It is. There's a local Maltese club down there in Morwell. The president is actually my boss at work. His name's John Bahaja. There's a lot of people that are part of the Maltese club in Morwell that have assisted with the festival and are part of our committee. So yeah.
Now tell us more about the festival. What did you have? I suppose entertainment, there was food and music. You can't have a festival without music, can you?
No, that's right. So initially it was get people together and look at some Maltese entertainment. Traditionally, dancing, singing, that sort of stuff. Involve as many local people as we can, not only Maltese, but other nationalities, I suppose, within the community, and allow them people in the community to experience Maltese culture and just make a day of it. And that's sort of what we did, and that's how it went.
So was it just local people who actually took part, or did you have people from the greater Maltese community around Melbourne?
We had lots of interest from people in Melbourne, predominantly Maltese people from Melbourne. We had 7 bus loads come down. Wow. And then there was also people that done their own transport. So it was really good interest, good involvement from Melbourne people. It went very well. It went better than expected.
Now, it's not easy to put together such an event, is it? First of all, it's on a grand scale, and second of all, you need the help. So how did you find support from the local community and from your Maltese community?
Well, when we first set it up and started talking about the event, we got our Trobe City involved, and Trobe City are big on organising events, getting involved, being part of committees and stuff like that. So Trobe City were a big help. There's lots of legalities that go into these requirements, and they were a major help in regards to getting it to the event date, and then being part of the event, and helping us get through the day. So plus there was numerous people from the community, not only Maltese. There was plenty of people involved, local businesses, the actual Maltese club itself that I mentioned before. Lots of involvement from different people. Yeah.
Is this going to be an annual event? Were you overwhelmed with it all and you thought, no, I can't do this again? Or
initially, it was sort of raised as we should do this as an annual event. And I was a bit optimistic, waiting for the day to occur, just to see how successful it was, and what we'd learned from having the event. Trobe City would like us to do this annually. It's still in discussion at the moment. There's lots we learnt, lots we could do better, And yeah, possibly it could be annual or it could be every second year.
Frank, were you always involved in the Maltese community in Latrobe?
Not so much involved, but always had that background, I suppose. Like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s was very much Maltese family orientated. But as I suppose people get older, realistically the culture is not as much there as what it used to be. You know, that hence the idea of bringing people together and getting that experience back there again. So.
And what have you taken back from this experience with seeing all these people so interested in an event that you organised?
It was a pleasure to, especially elderly people. There was a lot of people that were, you know, probably 70, 80-year-old, and I really felt that they enjoyed themselves. They enjoyed themselves mixing with their own, I suppose, probably like they used to a lot of years ago, and you don't see that as much anymore. So that was good. There was a lot of young people there too, which was really good, and that's the whole idea of bringing the young people into what the old people used to have, sort of thing. So yeah.
Well, Frank, thank you so much for your time today, and well done on a very well organised event, and we look forward to hearing more about such event in the Trobe Valley in the coming years.
Yeah, no, thanks very much for allowing the time and yeah, and getting involved.
Thank you.
You.